Hello, today we are going to learn about covalent bond formation and the examples depicting covalent bond. The bonds which are formed by the sharing of an electron pair between either same atoms or different atoms are known as covalent bonds. The number of electrons shared between two atoms to complete their octet is known as covalency of that atom. Let us first see the formation of H2 or hydrogen gas or hydrogen molecule. Atomic number of hydrogen is 1. Electronic configuration of hydrogen is 1 electron is present in K shell. Now, hydrogen needs one more electron to fill the K shell completely, that is, to complete its duplet. Thus, two hydrogen atoms share their electrons to form a molecule of H2. So, this is one hydrogen atom and this is another hydrogen atom. They both form covalent bond and share their electrons. This is the three-dimensional representation of hydrogen molecule. There is a single bond formed between them. This means a single bond represents that a pair of electrons, that is two electrons, are shared between two atoms. Now, let us see the formation of chlorine molecule, Cl2. Atomic number of chlorine is 17. Its electronic configuration is 2 electrons in K shell, 8 electrons in L shell and 7 electrons in M shell. Now, K and L shells are fulfilled and M shell requires one more electron to complete its noble gas configuration. This can be achieved by gaining one electron. Thus, two atoms of chlorine form covalent bond and share their electrons. So, this is the three-dimensional representation of a chlorine molecule. And this is a single bond formed here. So the octet of both the chlorine gets fulfilled by sharing one electron each. This is the oxygen molecule. Atomic number of oxygen is 8. Electronic configuration of oxygen is 2 electrons in K shell and 6 electrons in L shell. It means that oxygen atom requires 2 more electrons to complete its octet. So, an oxygen atom binds with another oxygen atom and forms a double bond. Thus, 4 electrons are shared between them in total and a double bond is formed. Each bond contains 2 electrons. This here is a nitrogen molecule or nitrogen gas. Its molecular formula is N2. Atomic number of nitrogen is 7. Its electronic configuration is 2 electrons in K shell and 5 electrons in L shell. Thus, nitrogen requires 3 electrons to complete its octet. Thus, each nitrogen atom combines with another nitrogen atom and shares 6 electrons in total between them. It means it forms a triple bond, 1, 2 and 3. So this bonding here is represented by these 3 bonds in 3-dimensional. This is a Lewis dot structure and this is the actual three-dimensional structure of nitrogen gas. Now let us see bond formation in water molecule. Molecular formula of water is H2O. Atomic number of hydrogen is 1 and its electronic configuration is 1 electron in K shell. Atomic number of oxygen is 8 and its electronic configuration is 2 electrons in K shell and 6 electrons in L shell. Thus it requires 2 more electrons to gain the nearest noble gas configuration. Thus, one atom of oxygen combines with 2 atoms of hydrogen. Oxygen shares its 1 electron to both the hydrogen atoms each. So one electron is shared with this hydrogen and the other is shared with this hydrogen. Now, ideally, the three-dimensional structure of H2O should be like this. This is oxygen and this both are hydrogen. This angle should be 180 degree. But in reality, the three-dimensional structure of water molecule is like this. It has 2 hydrogen atoms here in the one side, and this is because the lone pair and bond pair repulsion is higher than the bond pair repulsion. Now what is this? So oxygen has 8 electrons. 4 electrons in total are forming bonds. It means 2 electrons are forming bond here and 2 electrons are forming bond here. There are total 4 electrons which are not forming bonds. So they are present in the form of pairs in this way here. So oxygen is a larger atom. It has 8 protons and 8 neutrons, and hydrogen is a smaller atom with only 1 proton and 1 electron. So the negativity in this region of oxygen is more than here at this hydrogen and at this hydrogen. So due to this, the hydrogens are shifted below. So the bond angle, it means this angle here is 104.5 degree instead of 180 degrees. Now let us see bond formation in carbon dioxide. Its molecular formula is CO2. Atomic number of carbon is 6, which means it has 2 electrons in its K shell and 4 electrons in its L shell. And atomic number of oxygen is 8, which means it has 2 electrons in its K shell and 6 electrons in its L shell. Thus, one atom of carbon combines with 2 atoms of oxygen so that both can fulfill their octets and gain noble gas configuration. Now, 2 electrons of carbon combine with 2 electrons of one oxygen, and other 2 electrons of carbon combine with 2 electrons of another oxygen, forming a double bond at both the oxygens. So this is the three-dimensional structure of carbon dioxide. This is carbon and these both are oxygen, and these are 1, 2, 3 and 4 double bonds. Now in reality, the orientation of these 2 double bonds is not like this. I could not show it here because of the holes present in these beads were not permitting it. But let me make you understand in this way. For example, there is a carbon atom here and my fingers represent the bonding. So one double bond is horizontal in this way and another double bond is vertical in this way. So this is the real orientation of double bond in carbon dioxide. Now let us see bond formation in ammonia, NH3. Atomic number of nitrogen is 7 and its electronic configuration is 2 electrons in K shell and 5 electrons in L shell. So, how many more electrons are required to gain the nearest noble gas configuration? Right, that is 3 more electrons. And the atomic number of hydrogen is 1 and the number of electrons present in K shell is 1. So it requires 1 more electron to complete its duplet. Thus, 1 nitrogen atom combines with 3 hydrogen atoms to form NH3. There is a single bond made between the nitrogen and each of the hydrogen atoms. Now, ideally, the bond formation should be in this way. It should be linear. The angle between the two subsequent hydrogens should be 120 degree. But this does not happen in reality. In reality, the structure of ammonia is like this. And this is because there is a lone pair of electrons situated here. And this creates more negativity which repels the hydrogen atoms downwards. So the bond angle, the actual bond angle between the hydrogen atoms in ammonia is 109.5 degree instead of 120 degree. And this shape is called a trigonal pyramid. CH4 is the molecular formula of methane. Atomic number of carbon is 6, 2 electrons in K shell and 4 electrons in L shell. Atomic number of hydrogen is 1, which means 1 electron in K shell. Thus, each carbon atom forms bond with 4 hydrogen atoms forming single bonds. So this is the three-dimensional structure of methane, where this carbon forms single bonds with 4 hydrogen atoms. Similarly, carbon tetrachloride or CCl4, atomic number of carbon is 6, 2 electrons in K shell and 4 electrons in L shell, and atomic number of chlorine is 17. So its electronic configuration would be 2 electrons in K shell, 8 electrons in L shell and 7 electrons in M shell. Thus chlorine requires 1 more electron to complete its octet. Thus carbon forms single bonds with 4 chlorine atoms. So CCl4 or carbon tetrachloride and methane are similar in structure. The only difference is the size of this atom. Hydrogen is smaller atom and chlorine is the larger atom. Now this structure here is S8. These black balls represent a sulfur atom. Electronic configuration of sulfur is 2 electrons in K shell, 8 electrons in L shell and 6 electrons in M shell. Thus, one sulfur atom shares one electron with another sulfur atom, and it shares its another electron with third sulfur atom. Thus, it forms a ring of sulfur having 8 sulfur atoms, and in 3-dimensional it forms a crown-like structure. Now, as we have seen covalent bond formation and some examples depicting covalent bond, let us see some properties of covalent compounds. Covalent compounds can exist in gaseous, liquid and soft solid state. They are volatile with low boiling and melting point because they have weak forces of attraction between the binding molecules. Thus, less energy is required to break the force of bonding. They are not conductors of electricity in solid, molten or aqueous state because of absence of free ions or charged particles. They are insoluble in water but dissolve in organic solvents, as organic solvents are nonpolar. Hence, these dissolve in nonpolar covalent compounds.